hold it right here.
Yep.
Jest to boj. Akurat na лестница. Они были на лестнице. С тобой спан сзади. М, 10% на щит. Сломался. Сюда иди.
Так, они стало. Блин, ну,
Броня.
прыгни.
Ага. Перезаряжаюсь. Easy.
Отличная работа.
Нормально, брат, нормально. I'm with you, B.
Good on.
Let's go, let's get these dudes.
Whoop. Yep.
Ooh.
That was quick.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
That's what I'm talking about. Boom.
Yeah,
What up?
man.
Sure.
Ты как-то смело там бегаешь. Бессмертный? Точно с читами играет.
Lol. Hey, what's going on, agents? Kiefer here. No BS today. This is my support Vanguard build. Talents are Vanguard, galvanized, obviously with the Scorpio galvanized synergy. Gonna fly through this build. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what makes it strong. You could potentially proc a 10-second 1.6 million bonus armor buff for your team members using this setup like this. Alright, our Vanguard, perfect Vanguard will proc for 900k for 20 seconds. Galvanized will give off 720k for 10 seconds with no cooldown. You can proc it back to back using the Scorpio shotgun. Yeah, the way it's set up right now, it's got some pretty nice survivability, and I feel that it's perfect for me. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Firewall spec, you get the firewall flamethrower. Targets that are on fire can't shoot back in general. Sometimes they can. You're going to get the best armor kit in the game, 200% armor over 10 seconds. Your team will get 10% extra damage against targets that are within 10 meters of you. So this is great. I like to be in the fight where their enemies are, and this is going to just help my team kill them faster. You're also going to have the ability to light enemies on fire if they break your armor, as long as you're within 5 meters. It's a pretty close distance, but again, we're very close. We're trying to proc this. Galvanize, first of all, we're trying to give our team that 10-meter bonus extra damage. So we're going to be very close, and sometimes when the enemies walk up to you, if they happen to break your armor, they're going to pay for it, right? Also with the firewall, we're going to get this awesome shield. Gives us bonus damage to targets that are right in front of the shield. Also has a clause for your team members to stand behind you and shoot that target that's in front of your shield, and they will get that extra damage as well. People seem to kind of like doing this, so pay attention to your team and try to accommodate them if they feel like pushing in with you. We get some really nice mods for our shield as well. 8% shield health, 8% active regen. I've just got a holstered regen mod on here. 4%. I think it's the best that I've got at the moment. Yep. Shield is tier 5. Pretty standard. It's not as strong as some, but I feel like it's strong enough. It's definitely strong enough to get us into and out of whatever we got going on, especially being that we have Vanguard. Alright, so more about the talents. Vanguard is going to also give 5-second invulnerability for your shield. This is an invulnerability against projectiles and melee hits primarily. I have had my shield broken during this 5 seconds with environmental explosions or weak spot explosions on some of the elite NPCs. When you hit some of their weak spots, it can do a lot of damage. So be careful when you're very close to NPCs and you pull your shield. It may just break your shield anyway. Like I say, there's a cooldown on this talent here, so you're going to proc for bonus armor for 20 seconds. Your team is then going to lose that bonus armor, and you will not be able to give them bonus armor using Vanguard for 5 seconds. This can be a little bit weird if you start obsessing over keeping the Vanguard talent running at all times. I use it only when my team is about to take damage. The rest of the time, I'm focused on trying to give them a galvanized proc. Alright, so the galvanized is going to help bridge the gap, especially if you prioritize it. And then generally, if I start getting melted, if my team starts getting melted, that's when I pull the shield to proc Vanguard. In the gameplay that you see, there's a number of moments where I was able to save my team members by giving them the Vanguard proc. So it's definitely a clutch sort of a build, and it can really turn the tide in a gunfight, especially if you're playing with good players who are already pretty good, right? You're just going to provide even more power to them. So, alright, onto the gear. Pillows of the build are 5 blues. All of the blues are rolled for armor regen. You'll see armor regen. Third attribute would be Hasbro, CHC, CHD, depending how you want to roll it. Hasbro's not bad. You're going to get blinded. You're going to get confused by shooting the drug bags. You're going to have grenades land next to you, putting bleed on you. You're going to walk through fire all the time because you can't really see that well when you're using shields sometimes. You're going to be foamed, and Hasbro is going to help with all of that. Just reduce that duration a little bit. So definitely pay attention to that. Also, shock or anything else that locks you into place, you're going to be the guy who's not sitting in cover. So the enemies might just lock onto you and try to mow you down. It does happen. All right, so Hasbro's going to help you. Otherwise, CHC, CHD, but you have to have that bonus armor or the armor regen on there. Okay, so armor regen, CHC, armor regen, CHC on the gloves, armor regen, CHC. Named Murakami Emperor's Guard knee pads for 1% armor regen, rolled for armor regen. Alright, these might be Dark Zone exclusive. Somebody was saying that they're Dark Zone exclusive. If that's true, I don't really know how I have them. I think I remember getting them from the Dark Zone at one point, but you can go in there and farm for these. I guarantee you, if I have them, you can get them. Otherwise, you can do 3-piece Badger Tough for 10% armor on kill. You could do any number of things. You could go for another Walker. You could go for Cheska, Grupo. Anything that's going to help you get a little bit more damage is going to be welcome, but just remember you only have one red, right? Our Walker Masters roll all red, CHC, CHD. Weapon damage with an extra 5% weapon damage, bringing us up to 20% weapon damage on this piece. Scorpio popping at 767k. Pretty fast firing. We're going to be proccing Galvanized on the 3rd and 6th shot. Alright, we'll have the potential to proc Galvanized on the 3rd and 6th shot. It's important to remember that robots can also get shocked, so you could potentially get a Galvanized proc off of a dog or a Johnny 5 or even a flying drone or something like that if you really need to. It doesn't take that long to get 6 shots off with this gun, so that's definitely very handy. Your secondary is whatever you want it to be. I use a black market measured AKM, damage targets out of cover. I think is probably the best for your 3rd attribute. You could use really any talent. I've used the shield splinter, as you saw in the gameplay, invisible hand. There's a number of different guns that are pretty good. You're hunting weak spots with this weapon, so just keep that in mind. It's something to give your finger a break when you're tired of slapping with the Scorpio for a long time. That's pretty much it. The build in a nutshell. We got the Revive Hive for our team. It's not really for us, but it does help us to be able to get the team up without having to turn around and stop what we're doing. We can go ahead and focus on proccing some bonus armor while we res them, and generally speaking, once they get up off the ground, they're going to have that bonus armor. They're going to be good to go, right? So that's the build in a nutshell. Let me know what you think. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. Big shout out to the Lyrical Fighter, Artyom, Rebel, J7, all the good homies out there, Grumpy, Lomez, all the homies out there stopping by the channel. I really appreciate seeing you guys, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Take it easy.